Irina, is the requisite quorum present?
Yes, sir, present.
The quorum is present. The requisite quorum is present, and therefore I call the meeting to order. The registers as required under the Companies Act 2013 are open for inspection. Members who are not voted earlier through remote e-voting can cast their vote during the course of the meeting through e-voting facility as organized by the company. Now the company secretary will give an overview of voting facilities. Irina.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. This meeting is held through video conferencing and it is in compliance with the circulars issued by the company's Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities Exchange Board of India. In accordance with the requirements of provisions of Companies Act 2013, Secretarial Standards and SEBI listing regulations, the facility for remote e-voting on the business item to be transacted at the meeting provided from 9 a.m. on Saturday, June 21st, 2025 to 5 p.m. on Monday, June 23rd, 2025, and the same was disabled thereafter. Members who have not cast their votes get electronically through remote e-voting and who are participating in this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes during the meeting. The members can use the link to vote provided they have not used e-voting option earlier. Mr. S. Kannan, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as a scrutinizer to scrutinize the vote cast at the meeting and through the remote e-voting. Since the AGM being held through video conference or other audio-visual means, and the resolutions mentioned in the notice conveying this AGM has already put to vote, therefore remote e-voting, so there will be no requirement for proposing and seconding of resolutions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Irina. The annual report for the financial year 2024-25 has already been circulated to all the members by email who have registered their email address with the company. It is taken as read. Notice convening the 30th annual general meeting has already been circulated to members and is taken as read. The statutory auditor's report on the financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31, 2025 does not have any qualifications, observations, or comments on financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company. Accordingly, the auditor's report is not required to be read out before the meeting as provided under Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013. Dear shareholders, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you again to our 30th annual general meeting of Shankara Building Products Limited. Trust all is well with you and your family. I would like to use this opportunity to express our gratitude to our armed forces who, by protecting our borders, are ensuring that we continue to live in peace. The financial year 2024-25 was a challenging year. The headwind of reciprocal trade tariffs started by USA, though passed for 90 days, created a lot of uncertainty in the business environment. Steel prices fluctuated through the year, creating high-cost inventory. However, the silver lining was continuity in government and therefore its policies. Continued central government spending on infrastructure is creating demand for building materials. The recent monetary policy announcement by the Reserve Bank of India augurs well for the growth of business with higher liquidity to facilitate more lending and reduction in interest rates. Your company has proposed a demerger of its core business, which is retail focused, and a marketplace for building materials into its wholly owned subsidiary, Shankara Buildpro Limited. Consequent to the approval by the Board of Directors of Shankara, the company has filed a scheme of arrangement with the stock exchanges. The approval process is continuing and is nearing final stages of approval. Your company felt the need for the demerger to focus better on its many diverse businesses and thereby unlock greater value for the shareholders. The demerger will result in two entities: Shankara Building Products Limited, which will be the legacy company housing the three subsidiaries. The second entity will be Shankara Buildpro Limited, which will be the current core business of retailing and marketplace of building materials. As per the scheme of arrangement, it is proposed that the existing shareholders of Shankara Building Products Limited will be allotted 1:1 shares in ratio of 1:1 in the resultant entity as per the statutory norms. I would now like to share with you the key highlights of the company's good performance during the reported year. Financial year 2024-25, your company generated a total revenue of rupees 5,696.69 crores in FY25 as compared to rupees 4,828.44 crores in FY24, a growth of 18%. 2,943.28 crores rupees, nearly 52%, was from our retail vertical. The channel and enterprise business recorded rupees 2,753.46 crores. Our profit after tax stood at 77 crores rupees. South India continues to be the major contributor of our business. However, we are seeing good traction and growth, nearly 60% in the western region, which now accounts for 17% of our total revenue. Our store metrics continue to show healthy. As on March 2025, the company had 92 retail outlets. In addition, during the year, the online business gained further traction with focused attention in growing the e-commerce, which is need of the current environment. The company continues to rely on its digital platforms like the Buildpro e-commerce website, www.buildstore.com, and its mobile app, Shankara Buildpro, to create product awareness among potential customers and drive them to our offline stores. Shankara has a robust digital marketing program. The company offers a fairly comprehensive range of building materials, starting from TMT, cement, and construction materials, chemicals, to plumbing, sanitary ware and fittings, tiles, adhesives, and surfaces. We also have electrical, lighting, paint, modular kitchen, hardware, and appliances that form a part of our portfolio. MS tubes, structural steel, and roofing solutions complete our basket of offerings. There have been numerous brand additions during the year. We had launched our private label tiles under the brand name Focia last year, which has gained wide acceptability. The company will continue to focus on promoting its key brands. Let me now talk about a few key performance highlights. The revenue growth has been 18% in FY25 as compared to FY24, and is the highest revenue recorded so far. And 10% EBITDA growth for FY25 as against FY24. However, profit after tax was affected by fluctuating steel prices and higher interest costs. The company continues, as in the past, to foster and nurture the important assets, namely people. The company strongly believes that a committed and motivated workforce is most important in ensuring great customer service. The company's effective HR management is reflected in very low employee turnover over the years, especially mid and senior levels. Your company's work culture is transparent and performance-based. It strives to retain, develop, and provide a better working environment for employees by creating an atmosphere of trust, competition, and challenge, thereby providing opportunities for personal and professional growth. Let me focus now on the business partners who are key to success of the company. The key to success in any business is customer satisfaction. The important indicator of satisfaction is when a customer keeps coming back for the requirements the company outlets or ordering on digital platforms. Your company gives utmost importance to customer satisfaction, and the entire workforce is tuned to ensure great customer experience. The supply chain partners are very essential to the business. There is a healthy relationship with the key suppliers over the years, and this relationship has grown stronger and ensures good quality supplies at competitive prices. Good corporate governance is essential to ensure transparency and to boost stakeholder trust and confidence. Shankara complies with all applicable provisions within its ambit relating to corporate governance as stipulated in the Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing obligations and disclosure requirements or regulations. Your company maintains the highest standards of transparency, accountability, and adequate disclosures. We are committed to our CSR activities. We do a lot of good work with the community. We run 2 schools for abandoned children with the help of an NGO. We have about 75 children who study with us and provided schooling as per the state boards. We also take care of their accommodation, food, and clothing. One of the important CSR objectives of Shankara is to contribute towards the environment. We support a watershed program in Tumakuru district of Karnataka, which is also one of the driest parts of the state. During the year, Mr. V. Ravichandar and MS Jayanti Murali retired as per statute requirements on completion of 2 terms of 5 years. They have contributed to the board, and the company has been immense, and we place on record our appreciation of their services and wish them a healthy and peaceful retirement. The company appointed Mr. N. Muthuraman and MS Sujata G, both of whom are widely experienced in their fields. The company also appointed Mr. Dhananjay Birla Srinivas as a director on the board. I welcome the new members of the board. In conclusion, I would like to thank all our stakeholders and partners for their support and fellow board members who have been extremely committed and have provided continued guidance for the betterment of Shankara. And I am also deeply appreciative of the management team and employees for diligently carrying forward the company's vision and strategy. I firmly believe that your company has the base and size to capitalize on the opportunities as India continues to grow at a good pace. I am confident that we shall continue to perform better and the management endeavors to take your company to greater heights in the years ahead. Best wishes. Now I request Mr. Alex Verghese, Chief Financial Officer, to make a short presentation on the performance of the company.
Thank you, sir. Moderator, please do the presentation. Go to the next. This is the 30th AGM. So some of the key financial highlights of FY25. The company did 8,43,000 tons revenue in FY25, which is the highest ever. We are having a growth of 29% compared with the previous year. Some value-wise, 5,101 crores, highest sales in the steel, which is 13% of growth. In non-steel, the company did 585 crores with 26% growth. And overall, the company did a total turnover of 5,697 crores, that is 18% compared with the previous year. Next. The steel volume in FY25 we did 8,43,000 tons as against 6,56,000 in FY24. In value, 5,101 crores as against 4,358 crores compared with the last financial year. There is a robust volume growth in FY25. Steel volume target was 0.8 million, surpassed by 5% in FY25. Next. In non-steel, the company did 595 crores as against 471 crores in FY24, a 26% growth. Delivered a healthy revenue growth in FY25. Growth despite continued tepid building materials and microenvironment in FY25. Leading subcategories, plumbing, fittings, and sanitary ware continued to do well. Emerging categories such as electrical, lighting, and paints doing well. So total turnover in FY25 was 5,697 crores. EBITDA stood at 3.02% as against 3.24% last year. PAT stood at 77.4 crores as against 81.1 crores compared with the previous year. The revenue growth impacted due to declining steel prices despite healthy growth in volume. EBITDA margin impacted by inventory losses on account of drop in steel realization. Demerger is on track, so we'll be completing it by H1 FY26. So on 27th of June, we are expecting the NCLT approval. Yes. So post demerger, the corporate structure of the breakup we are showing. Shankara Building Products Limited will continue with the entire manufacturing operation. Some of the financial highlights. In Shankara Buildpro Limited, we will be focusing on retail and non-retail, steel and non-steel business. The two distinct entities, as per the nature of operation and capacity, create a dedicated building material marketplace business with a leaner balance sheet and healthy assets. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex. I'll now take up the resolutions which were passed by the board and recommended to all members for approval. As an ordinary business, resolution number 1, to receive, consider and adopt the audited standalone financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31, 2025, together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereon, and the audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31, 2025, together with report of auditors thereon. Resolution number 2, declaration of final dividend. Resolution number 3, to reappoint Mr. C. Ravi Kumar, DIN 01247347 as the director of the company who retires by rotation. Resolution number 4, appointment of secretary auditor. As a special business, resolution number 5, appointment of Mr. Dhananjay Birla Srinivas, DIN 09108483 as full-time director of the company for a term of 5 years and the remuneration payable to him. Resolution number 6, to approve increase in remuneration of Mr. C. Ravi Kumar, DIN 01247347, full-time director of the company. Now I will take the questions and invite the speakers who have registered to come forward with their queries. They will be called in the order they registered to speak at the meeting. Irina, will you
Yes.
call out the names?
Moderator, please push on for speaker number 1.
Thank you. May I call upon Ms. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas to kindly unmute herself, switch on your webcam if you desire to do so, and put forth your perspective, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, respected Chairman B. Jayaraman, other members of the board, my dear fellow shareholders. I am Mrs. C. E. Mascarenas speaking from Mumbai. First of all, I thank the company secretary and their team for sending me an e-annual report. I would really prefer a physical one. I searched a lot, but I don't have the physical one. So I request you to send later on also because company looks very interesting. Our working is good. Your highlights you gave also in the presentation, and we have the highest sale this year. In spite of lot of difficult economic conditions, I would like to know whether any geopolitical disturbances and the Trump tariffs may affect our sales or our performance, and how much is our export if it is to US, and if it is to the total exports to US, to the total exports, because we are more in steel and all. Who is our main competitor in domestic as well as international? What is the capex requirement for the next 3 years, because we are a growing company, and how you intend to fund it? Are we importing any chemicals for the construction? And if it is importing, from which country? How much margins we are getting and in our dealing? Which will be the growth engine for which vertical will be the growth engine for the next 3 years? We are demerging, maybe in 26 the demerge company, which is all retail outlets. So far in March 25, we have 92 retail outlets. How many are added in this 3 months? How many more are added? And how much business we get, and how much sort of generates profit? And I am very happy. Very good. I appreciate good CSR work. Keep it up, because CSR will definitely improve the zones around where our plant is. Of course, I support all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best. May it grow from strength to strength. And the most important, I wish you and the entire team good health. As it is, health is wealth. If there is health, wealth will definitely be created. That is sincerely, I believe, and I support all the resolutions. And now I give it to Mr. Aloysius Mascarenas. He is also registered.
Hello, I'm the next speaker in the queue. Can I proceed, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Respected Chairman, sir, very distinguished members of the board, and my fellow shareholders. Good morning to you all. My name is Aloysius Mascarenas. I'm a proud shareholder of this prestigious company, which is doing quite well. Unfortunately, we didn't get our annual report. I would have read and known more about the company. But with your presentation, you have highlighted many things in your presentation. Thank you. My wife has already spoken at length various questions which I would have also asked, so I don't want to repeat. I would only like to know whether we are exporting, and our location in India, how many places are we located, and what is who are our peers and our competitors, and what is our market share both in India and abroad, if at all we have abroad, especially in dollar countries, because dollar money which we get as revenue stands to great day after day as per the falling rupee. Rupee is depreciating and appreciating is the dollar. So I would like to know what is our revenue in dollar terms. Rest many questions the others will be asking after us. So we will leave the floor open to them. And I close my speech wishing you personally, all the board members and all the staff, all the very best in the days and years to come. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Good health and good luck.
Thank you. Let me take some general questions and then I'll leave to the managing director to answer specific questions on market share, etc.
Chairman, sir.
As regards the physical copy, I think the company secretary will ensure that it reaches you. I don't know why it was not received, but I think probably it was posted, right?
Yeah, it's posted.
Yeah, it was posted. Probably there's some delay. Anyway, we'll take care in future to ensure that you get a copy. In terms of geopolitical effects, as of today, we do not really see any reason for any geopolitical this one to affect our business. And probably even the stock market, if you really notice, has not reacted negatively to any of the war situation. So as of today, we do not see any effect. But going forward, we can't really predict what will happen. So I think still it's an open question, and we don't see and face it as it comes if there is any disruption in business. In terms of exports, we do not have any exports from our company. So neither USA or any of this one, it does not really affect us. So there's no exports for the company. In terms of competition, CapEx, I will request Mr. Sukumar to really answer those questions.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think the chairman has already taken a couple of your questions on exports affecting our company. As we do not have any significant imports, we do not import any chemical substances from anywhere. So whatever construction chemicals that we sell is sourced locally. Then the geopolitical situation, of course, will not affect us significantly as of now. Going forward, as the chairman said, if the war in the Middle East escalates, then petroleum products are likely to go up. So which will indirectly or directly have a bearing in logistics, in some of our cost of inputs of the materials that we buy. So there could be an inflationary tendency in case petroleum products rise beyond the current levels. It's already gone up a little bit in the last couple of months from around $69 a barrel to around 77, 78. So any significant rises further will definitely impact input costs. That also could be partially passed on to the end customer. Then coming to certain very specific questions about how many retail counters we have opened in the last quarter. I think we have really not gone on a significant expansion mode on our retail counters over the last 2-3 years. We've barely opened about 2. So, but going forward, as you asked, in the next 2 to 3 years, definitely the company intends to open more counters and more outlets. Currently, our presence is largely in the south. We are very significantly present in Karnataka, followed by Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. And we've also slowly, not so much in the retail, but in the wholesale space, present in Maharashtra. We are there in multiple locations in Maharashtra, like Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, and Aurangabad and Kolhapur. We also have a small presence in Ahmedabad. We also have a very significant presence in Indore, and we have recently opened in Jabalpur in eastern Madhya Pradesh. We also have a presence in Odisha in the east, with a branch in Bhubaneswar as well as Parampur. And then coming to the main competition as such for the company, we do have a significant amount in building materials. You do have local smaller stores who are our competition. In the bigger space, we do have a lot of newer players over the last 3 to 4 years who have come with platforms and online marketing. So it is a fairly competitive space. So I'm very happy to say that in this fairly disaggregate and largely competitive environment, your company has done very well, growing about 29-30% in volumes and about 80-90% in value growth and sustaining the profitability despite the ups and downs in the steel pricing of last year. I hope I have answered all the questions that you. Sorry. The last question was on CapEx. So over the next 4 to 5 years, once the demerger is done, in the demerged company, which will be taking care of the ensuing entity, which will be where the main focus of the business would be, which is the current marketplace, the retailing and the wholesale business. we anticipate about 25 to 30 crores of capex per year.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. There is one more question from Mr. Aloysius related to rupee depreciation. Since we do not have any imports, the really rupee depreciation does not affect, though it could affect probably indirectly where we source some sanitary ware, etc., which are having some important components, but I think that could be a very, very negligible effect on us. With this, we can move to the next speaker.
Monitor speaker number 2, Mr. Ramesh.
Mr. Ramesh Shankar Golla and Mr. K. Bharataraj, who have registered themselves as speakers, are currently not available in this meeting. So we can conclude the Q&A session. I hand it back to the board to continue with the rest of the session. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next, we take up the questions raised through texting during the meeting. During the meeting, any questions have been raised? Nothing? Oh, good. With this, I would like to thank all the shareholders for taking the initiative to join this meeting through video conferencing. I would like to thank all our directors who joined the meeting. And now I authorize Irina Vikram, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meeting. The e-voting facility will remain open for next 15 minutes to enable those members who have not cast their vote and would like to cast their vote now. The results would be announced not later than 2 working days of the conclusion of the 30th AGM, and the same would be intimated to the stock exchanges and uploaded on the website of the company. Now, I and other board members who would like to leave the meeting, we request all shareholders to stay safe, stay healthy, and to take care of themselves and their families. Thank you very much.